Hello and welcome to Minnesota Medleys.
Minnesota Medleys.
This is your one stop for all things Minnesota. My name is Travis.
I am Jess. And we chose medleys to follow Minnesota because, well, medleys in Minnesota both start with an M. But a medley is a mixture or a, what else am I looking for? A mixture, a grab bag, but grab bag doesn't start with M.
Well, it's a collection.
Oh yeah, a collection. That's good.
Yeah. And that's really what our podcast,
yes.
Which, by the way, this is not an official episode of our new podcast.
It's more of a meet and greet.
A meet and greet.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're meeting us, and hopefully you are going to tune in as we continue forward here. We would invite you at any time to visit our website, Minnesota Medleys, that's all one word, .podbean, PODBEAN.com, minnesotamedleys.podbean.com, or email us at minnesotamedleys@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
We bring up our email too, and we'll be mentioning our email on our website again because we really want this to ultimately be interactive.
Yeah.
Being able to answer emails. Will be available on our socials. We currently are only on Podbean at the time of this recording is the only way to listen to us. However, that's going to be changing.
Branching
out. We'll end up on Apple and Google and
Spotify,
absolutely. And
Podbean will help us with that, which is fantastic.
They're great.
Yeah.
Highly recommended. So we just want you to know that Minnesota is the subject. And Minnesota is, there are so many amazing things. We're going to be talking about, state parks at some point, favorite state parks, features of some of state parks. We'll want to hear from you.
Yes.
What you love about a particular state park.
Maybe lakes within our state because they're, on our license plate it says land of 10,000 lakes. I believe there are more than 10,000.
Yeah, there's 11,000 some, I believe. And that who doesn't have a lake story?
Right.
We'd love to read or share a little story about a lake that you are familiar with or have a fun history
with.
No,
not me. The listener.
You as well.
Oh, okay.
I know you do.
Yes.
And so it's not always just us yakking away.
Right.
Which we can do it.
Well, yes, we can. That's why we started a podcast.
Yep. We should be taking this down. Besides state parks and that kind of thing, we'll touch on restaurants. This state has amazing restaurants scattered throughout it. Some people's favorite subject in Minnesota, weather. We'll talk about weather.
Right.
We could talk about what a hot summer
hot enough
it's
for
been.
you?
Oh, not
cold enough for you?
Hot enough for you. I've never heard that one. That's interesting. That's very funny.
Yeah.
The list goes on. We'll talk about favorite drives that somebody has. Everybody loves driving along the North Shore. Maybe you have a special story about that.
Yeah.
Maybe somewhere way southern Minnesota, just taking in farm country. I know my dad loves these vast expanses that are flat that some people describe as featureless. He would say they're just beautiful.
Right? You can see for miles and miles.
We're going to be getting into a ton of things, whether it's famous musicians.
Right. I was going to say that's interesting because the word medley, of course, people hear the word medley and they think automatically of music, a musical medley. I know you in musicals and just steer clear of musicals. However, music. Yeah, and that's actually how you and I met.
Yes. Brief history on Jess and myself. We met at Stillwater Junior High School in 1986.
That is correct. In the orchestra room.
Yes.
Because we were both in orchestra together.
Yes. Jess was and remains a very talented violist.
Thank you. Viola. It is not a violin.
It is not. Nope.
Heavens
And
no.
I was playing and continue to play.
Very well. My dad.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Play violin.
Yes.
In fact, we even put together a little duet, and we have a lot of fun playing music together. We met in 1986. We were pals all through junior high and high school, and then everybody goes off to college. People live their lives, and boy, it's over 25 years later.
Yeah.
We reconnected. Boy, it was around 2015, I suppose. We started palling around, and long story short, we got married in mid 2021.
Yeah.
And it's
crazy.
It's just crazy the way things work out, and this is all brought us to you, the listeners.
You, the listener.
I
gotta say though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, are we gonna reveal what the first episode will consist?
Let's talk about what the first episode is going to be. That'll probably be available within the next couple of weeks. We, of course, will be updating people with that information on our website as we figure all of this out. We've never done a podcast.
Yeah.
People talk about, it's so easy, but I think they're speaking from having done it for a while.
Yeah.
Not to say that some people are sloppy, but we want to do it right.
Exactly. Yeah.
And we've been told by numerous people, be yourselves.
Yeah.
And I said, really? Okay.
Are you sure you want us to do this?
So we're gonna do that. We're gonna be ourselves. Jess, first episode is going to be a controversy. It's
highly
controversial.
controversial.
It's way more controversial than talking about weather or politics
or sports.
This is above religion.
I mean, this is of a very high magnitude controversy.
What are we going to be talking about?
We're going to be talking about hot dish.
Hot dish.
Hot diggity dog dish.
Yep. And kind of the differences between hot dish and casserole, and why it's called hot dish in so few areas of the country, Minnesota being one of them. I believe they do in Wisconsin and North Dakota a bit.
Yeah, more so North Dakota, I believe.
Okay.
But yeah, Wisconsin, I think, kind of gets in there. And you make your hot dish in a casserole dish, which is kind of funny. You don't say, give me the hot dish dish.
Maybe you don't.
I have that's just a little much. But.
And so it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll talk about not just recipes. We're going to talk about memories with hot dish. Do you remember your first hot dish? We'll have a little bit of trivia behind hot dish. We're just going to have fun with it because it's such a quintessential Minnesota thing.
Yeah.
And this is just going to be a fun listen, a fun podcast. And we really encourage you to visit our website, minnesotamedleys.podbean.com. I would like to put together a mailing list. Podbean is kind enough to help people with mailing lists that if a person signs up, they automatically get the newest episodes essentially delivered to them. So it's not a matter of checking back to see if there's a new one to listen to. And then, of course,
just right to their inbox.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, right to an inbox. Yep. And then, of course, minnesotamedleys@gmail.com is our email. We want questions and comments.
Input, yeah.
That's right. And I just hope that you look forward to this as much as we do. And get onto our email. Give us some ideas of subjects. Minnesota
subjects, because we are about Minnesota.
We are. We love it here. Both Jess and I spent time living in other places years ago. And we eventually came back to Minnesota. This is where family is. This is where the mosquitoes are.
Right.
So family and mosquitoes, really.
This is where Gray Duck is. I mean.
This is where Gray Duck is. Duck. Well played.
Duck, Gray Duck.
Indeed. And we hey, on some episodes we'll have to share a little music of our music.
Oh, sure.
That would just be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Please,
Yeah.
let's do this all together. Stay tuned. We'll be providing updates as they come.
Much more to come.
Much more to come of Minnesota medleys. Thank you for listening,
Thank you.
and we'll see you soon there.
Yeah. Okay then. Bye-bye.